Hello students, welcome to maths class. Under the topic unitary method, we have done introduction and direct variation method. Today we will discuss indirect variation method. Now let's understand what is indirect variation. But before starting with it, let's recall direct variation, which we have already done in our previous video. In the previous video, we have done that if one quantity increases, other also increases. This type of variation is called as direct variation. Now, let's understand indirect variation with the help of this table. Here, first column represents speed in kilometer per hour and second column represents time in hours. If speed is 100, time is 8. If it is 200, it becomes 6. For 300, it is 4. And for 400, it is 2. Now, you all are observing here that on increasing the speed, time decreases. So these type of the situations in which increase in one quantity results in the corresponding decrease in another is termed as indirect variation. Now, let's think about some more examples of indirect variation. First one is, more you write, less ink is left in your pen. It's obvious. More you eat, less food left for others. Of course, it happens as usual. Another one is, less the traffic, faster you can reach home. More you use mobile, lowers the battery of your mobile. The louder the speaker, less you can listen to others. These are the some situations of indirect variation. Similarly, you can think about many such examples of indirect variation from your surroundings. Now, you are able to differentiate in between direct and indirect variation. For direct variation, increase in one quantity results in increase in other quantity. Or we can say decrease in one quantity results in decrease in other quantity. On the other hand, for increase in one quantity results in decrease in other quantity is called as indirect variation. Now, for solving the questions of direct and indirect variation, firstly you have to recognize that the situation given in question is of direct variation or indirect variation. Now, let's start with the questions of indirect variation. Here, statement is, if 30 workers can complete a work in 15 days, then how many workers will complete the same work in 10 days? In this, we have given 30 workers can complete a work in 15 days. Then, how many workers? That means we need to find the workers will complete the same work in 10 days. Now, think about the situation given in a question carefully. Here we have given 30 workers complete work in 15 days. We need to find how many workers will complete the same work in 10 days. Think about it. For the same work, if we decrease the number of days, we need less workers or more. It's obvious. we need more workers to complete the same work in less number of days? So, from the reading of the statement, it should be clear to you that the situation given in question is of direct variation or indirect variation. It is of indirect variation. As this question is of indirect variation, similar steps will be followed to solve the questions of indirect variation as we have done for the questions of direct variation. Here, first step is to draw a table and write down the information which is given to you on the left hand side and which you need to find on the right hand side. From the question, we need to find the workers for 10 days. So I have written days on left hand side and workers on right hand side. Now let's substitute the values. Here we have given 30 workers complete work in 15 days. So under the days column I have written 15 and workers 30. We need to find the workers for 10 days. Here we will apply unitary method. That means firstly we will find number of workers for 1 day and then we will move towards 10 days. Here think about it, when we move from 15 days towards 1 day, number of workers will increase or decrease? It's obvious. On decreasing the number of days, workers will increase. Here more will come. More means multiply. After that, when we move from 1 day towards 10 days, days increases, number of workers decreases. Here less will come. Less means divide.
Now let's move towards calculation part. Here we have given 15 days, 30 workers. So let's start from it. If in 15 days workers is equal to 30. After that move towards 1 day. Then in 1 day workers is equal to, that we will get by multiplying 30 by 15. 30 multiplied by 15. You can do calculation here also, or to reduce your calculation you can do calculation in next step also. After that we will find workers for the 10 days. Therefore in 10 days workers is equal to, that we will get by dividing number of workers for 1 day by required days. Here number of workers for 1 day are 30 multiplied by 15 divided by 10. On simplification, 0 cancels with the 0. We are left with 3 multiplied by 15 is equal to 45. That are the required number of workers for 10 days. Let's discuss one more example. Statement is, a bus at a speed of 80 km per hour covers a distance in 2 hours. How long would it take to complete the same distance if the speed is increased to 40 km per hour? Here a bus at a speed of 80 km per hour covers a distance in 2 hours. How long? Long means time. Here long means time would it take to complete the same distance if the speed is increased to 40 km. Here we need to find the time for the speed 40 km per hour. We know on increasing speed for the same distance time will decrease. So this is a question of indirect variation. Let's start with it. Here first of all we will draw a table and write down the information which is given to you on left hand side and information which is required to find on the right hand side. Here we need to find the time for the speed 40 km per hour. So I have written speed in kilometer per hour on left hand side. We need to find time. So I have written time on right hand side. Units of time in the question is hours. After that, start substituting the values. Here we have given a bus at a speed of 80 km per hour covers a distance in 2 hours. So under the speed column write down 80 and under the time column write down 2. We need to find the time for 40 km per hour in the question. But before that we will find time for speed of 1 km per hour. And when we move from 80 km per hour towards 1 km per hour, speed decreases. On the other hand, time will increase. Here more will come, more means multiply. After that, we will move from 1 km per hour towards 40 km per hour. Speed increases, time will decrease. Here less will come, less means divide. Now, let's move towards the calculation part. Here we have given 80 km per hour speed, time is 2. So let's start from it. If 80 km per hour speed, time is equal to 2 hours. After that, we will find the time for 1 km per hour. Then 1 km per hour speed, time we will get by multiplying 2 with 80. Here I have written 2 multiplied by 80 hours. Let's move towards 40 from 1. Therefore 40 km per hour speed, time we will get by dividing. By dividing the time for 1 km per hour speed with the speed required. Here time for 1 km per hour speed is 2 multiplied by 80 divided by 40. That is the required speed. Here on simplification, 0 cancels with the 0. 4 and 8 comes on common table. 4 ones are 4 twos are 8. We are left with 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4 hours. That is our required answer. Let's discuss one more example of indirect variation only. Statement is 6 taps can fill a tank in 28 minutes. How much time is required to fill the same tank by 4 taps? Here we have 6 taps can fill a tank in 28 minutes. How much time is required to fill the same tank by 4 taps? We need to find the time for 4 taps. As after reading the statement, we have recognized that on decreasing the number of taps, time will increase. So this is a situation of indirect variation. So let's start with its solution. Firstly, draw table. We need to find time for taps. Taps are given right hand, left hand side. Need to find time, write down time on right hand side. Here units for the time in question is minutes, so I have written in minutes. Start substituting the values. Here 6 taps can fill a tank in 28 minutes. So under the taps column write down 6, time 28 minutes. We need to find the time for 4 taps. We know firstly we will find the time for 1 tap. And when we move from 6 taps towards 1 tap, taps decreases, time will increase. Here more will come, more means multiply. After that, when we move from 1 tap towards 4 taps, taps increases, time will decrease. Here less will come, less means divide. Now let's start with calculation part. Here we have given 6 taps, time 28 minutes. So let's start from it. If 6 taps time is equal to 28 minutes. Then 1 tap time we will get by multiplying 28 by 6. 28 multiplied by 6 minutes. After that we need to find the time for 4 taps. Therefore 4 taps time is equal to, that we will get by dividing time for 1 tap by the number of taps. Here time for 1 tap is 28 multiplied by 6 divided by required taps, that are 4. Then on simplification, 4 and 28 comes on common table. 4 ones are 4 sevens are 28. So we are left with 7 multiplied by 6 comes out to be 42 minutes. That is the required time for 4 taps. Now students, I hope you have understood about the concept of indirect variation and how to differentiate in between the direct and indirect variation, and how to recognize the situations in the questions of direct and indirect variations. Now you are able to do the related work which we have sent to you in a SNAP homework. Thank you students.